Oh, alright, here's my little video of what I have come across. I've looked for on the internet for carbon fiber props for the Walkera Pro, which are the 9-inch props, and I came across these ones here on eBay, and you can probably find them somewhere else too. But all the carbon fiber ones that I've seen so far on YouTube were the ones that were kind of more angular, where they're really fat down here and get real skinny on the end here, where I heard and read mixed reviews on which ones were and how it was doing and performing, and I figured, you know, what the heck, I'll keep looking and see if I can find something closer to the stock ones, and which I did, and I found these here on eBay, like I said, and they really look similar in design. So the characteristics of the prop are going to be the same as what the stocks are, but when you match it up just a hair bigger to the blades on it, I don't know if I can really show it very well here, but they're just a scotch larger, and not much. But what I can say is that in the flight performance so far, I'm not an expert, and I will just say that they are super quiet, and the quad is really smooth. You'll ask whether I get more battery time or performances there. That's all going to depend on your type of batteries, how wore out the batteries are, your payload, what kind of a camera you got on it, etc., etc. But what I'm just wanting to do here is show you how I modified them. Since on a stock Walkera prop, it's got the shaft has got the groove spline in it, where it's set with a flat shaft, sided shaft, and these aftermarket ones are rounded, and there's no splining to them, so they can go on there and just spin. So what I did is I just went down to my local hardware store, Ace Hardware, and went and got some rubber washers, and he had these in the kitchen appliance. They had like a little fish tackle box full of them, and I just figured I'd bring the quad there and check them and check it and make sure I'd have what I wanted that matched. What I did was I put a larger one on the bottom, and it fits right on there, and they're both I think 5/16 inside diameter, and this one here was a 5/8 inch outside diameter rubber neoprene washer, and I think this was a 1/4 inch with the 5/16 inside shaft. And the reason I went with the rubber ones, I was looking at a crushed washer, but the crushed washers were one-sided, meaning that the crush angle goes in one end. Plus, it would be nice to get that kind of grip that I was looking for, so this thing would not spin on the shaft. And I wanted something, since it doesn't get wet, I'm not flying in the rain or going in the lake, and I wanted something that would grip a hold of this when I compress the prop nut on. And I figured that a rubber washer would work the best. And like most things with RCs and stuff here, you're always experimenting. And I've done now probably 3 flights with it, with these, and I've torqued them down, and I have not had to retorque them. You ask me, how tight am I tightening them? Well, that's kind of what you have to learn how to do. It's just good old German torque, good and tight. And how I put them on there is just, you know, you're going to have tension against the rubber neoprene washer as you're torquing it down, but you got to find out that happy medium where you're no longer really torquing it down. You're kind of squishing the rubber washer out from holding it. And you want to go slow with it so you don't tear it either. I think that's just about right there. I'm going to put it at a little bit of an angle, or a length where you get a leverage to it, and call it good. And the best way to do it, I recommend, is you fly it for a little bit and then bring your wrench out there and test it out and see if you've got them all tight. But you don't want it spinning on your prop, and that's the whole thing. And they're pretty all tight. Now, I haven't touched any of these other ones, and I've already flown it numerous times, and it's all pretty good and tight. Just throwing it out there. Like I said, I didn't see anybody out there doing anything like this. I get enough airflow, keep the motors cool. Granted, it is cooler outside. We'll wait until we see it. We get a nice warm 80-degree day here up in the Midwest, and we'll see what happens at that point in time. Then I might have to readjust and put a small washer. Trial and error. So far, this trial is a success for what I've been doing and flying with it. Now, until I start putting a camera and a payload on it, then I might have to change and adjust fire with what I'm doing. But I'm really, really pleased with these things. And you know, I've rolled over a couple of times and crashed with some wind gusts on me, and had some bad landings. And these things are so durable; it's unbelievable. I can't believe it, and how well they perform and hold up in it. I mean, you can see the nuts on the top of my props. I've got new ones coming from the road rash on the parking lot that I got. So, like I said, I'm not an expert. This is just a way of doing something. It may not be perfect to some guys that are out there that would nitpick it, but you know, like I said, it's worked for me so far. I've flown it with probably 3 to 4 batteries now, and not an issue whatsoever, and just love the performance that they're putting out on this machine the way it is, like as you see it sitting here. So that's it. Best of luck to you.